There's the Malachi 3 hanging at Watson's Bay. I'm about to take a journey that way at the end of the airport, and I'm going to cut across to the mountains here, which are over there, and search out for a cave that has the artwork of the evidence of the Dingaal tribe that was here, belonging to a man called Gordon Charlie, a traditional owner, and document the evidence and proof of his place and his mark of his ancestors, which he was told to shut up about on Lizard Island. So I'm going to walk along, document part of my trip, see some lizards and things, and let the day unfold. I'm going to go to that little building there, check it out. This is the building. It was put here between the 1890s and the 1910s. It's all made out of local rock, coral crushed up into lime to make the mortar, and all put together, masonry style. This wall's fallen over, it's a pity, could be fixed. This is all the shell lime, all crushed up, put together. So this is all what's standing. It's not Mrs. Watson's little house. She was in a hut, and she left here in a beach demur cooker and floated that way to save herself, only to die. And then when the natives came here, the Dingaal tribe, they were hunting, and she had a lot of bullets in a gun shooting at them to save herself, and she was with some Chinese people. They were her servants. And this is just a spot. It was a storehouse for beach demurs, as far as I know. Interesting place. I'm going to go along here to the boardwalk. Bit of a tourist on the bridge. That's the boardwalk going over a creek. How you doing?
How are you?
Great day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one. This is a bit of a breeze.
Yeah. This river is where the Dingaal tribe would have hunted for fish, mullet. There's some mullet down there. Different types of fish. The odd crocodile. There's something big coming up here now. Great place. Well, anyway, I'm going to get on with my journey. Save film, save battery time. Probably start when I'm up there. I'm going up to that valley in the distance, along via the airport. This is the pandanus forest, all water, fresh water in there underground. This is where the research station gets its water from, pumped out, subterranean. There's bats that live all in there throughout that. And this is it's like an inner lake swamp, but it's always dry unless it's the wet season. It's all soaked. Be a good place if it was closer to the mainland for crocodiles to hang out and nest. It would be dangerous to walk through there if you weren't too sure. There's a croc on this island somewhere. He's about 5 meters long, and a 10-foot one. But that's the valley I'm going to. The valley of Dingaal. So it's been a great adventure so far. Cruising along on this island. So far so good. Anybody watching? Having a great time. Bit of a pheasant just took off then. That's what would have been hunted by the indigenous tribe here at the time. Beautiful rocks up ahead. Such great grandeur of this island mountains, where Cookie once was up there looking for a passage out. Beautiful. It's a lot of cyclone damage. Looks like a bit of a burial ground here. Camp. this. Absolutely beautiful running water. Crystal clear. So this is where they would have hung out, drinking this water, coming fresh out of the mountain. It's always good to know where some springs are, especially in this time of the world when water's going to get very scarce. It's good to know that this is coming out of the ground. There's a bit of ochre here, but it's all overgrown with the lichen. There's some ochre there. It's got no shape, but lots of wasp nests overgrown here. No handprints. Interesting sight. It would have been a good place to hang here. Look out there, get away from the heat of the day and plan your next hunt. But I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure that's growing over with the moss, lichen and wasp nest. Unfortunately, they haven't been cared for. But it could be one site. Well, here's the evidence. Shells where they've eaten them. A bit of a midden here. Trocus shells, lots of shells they're brought up. Here's the base. And here's a painting right here. Mark of Dingaal. There it is. Don't know what it means. That's the hand. Give you an idea on the size. Well, on behalf of Gordon Charlie, when he sees this footage eventually, that's what's left of your paintings. It'd be nice if there was more evidence. And I'll have a bit more of a look around this sacred site where they once sat, slept and ate, as you can see. The evidence is on the ground. And over there. Well, so far good mission. Thank you, Lord, for guiding me here. I found a black feather, hey, just back there, and I said, surely this is a mark. You got to take things in spiritual, like listening to kookaburras and everything. But anyway, that's what's left of the paintings. Hopefully there's more. So they would have sat up here and looked out, seen anybody coming and going. Great view. There's an overhang cliff. Nice breeze. There's another good place where they would have slept. Let's go and see what I can find. Nothing much in there. That's looking down. Let's go around here. Orchids. Have a look in there. And they'd walk over there to the beach and get their shells, as you saw down in there. Bit of a midden. They got water right there. And I'll just see what evidence there is for these guys that once lived here. What a beautiful view. These guys had it pretty good here. Here's a good sized cave. I'll just check inside. Careful where I stand. Green ants having a feed on me. Time for a light. Okay. It's going in here. Be good if there was some evidence. know someone would have slept in here. Well, pretty interesting to see the size of this cave. It's not bad. I'm going to go up in there a bit and see if there's any evidence of where they slept. Look like a python then. They did paint. They're painting in the dark. That's a nice cave. Nothing on the ground of any evidence of eating. Looks like a lot of water came through here. Watch out for spiders. It's quite warm. Nothing. I thought there'd be a bit more to this. As you can see, the water did travel through here in a big wash. That's all jammed up there. Just a cave creature over there in the corner. Bug. Nocturnal one. Nothing on the wall in there. That's a shell. Well, I'll continue my journey. I mean, pretty deep. I'm surprised that there's no painting in here, but obviously it's dark. They would have had to use a flame. But then there'd be soot all over the ceiling. I can actually hear noises in here. Something's moving around. Either that, it's my belly rumbling. Anyway, time to get out. There's a nice yellow wildflower. Don't know what they call it. There's a whole stack of them here. Anyway, I just spotted an orange thing from over in the distance, and I'm going to make my way to it. I don't know what it is. I'll see. Might be something. It's way over the other side there. Alright. Jacket. Some sort of spray jacket. Hung up in the trees. Nothing wrong with it. Obviously marking away to something. Anyway, I'm going to have a bit of a look around. There's water running down there. That's that spring. Subterranean. Native spider. Just a panoramic view. What the Dingaal tribe would have seen in their time. Probably still the same. Except for the evidence of boats out there and a resort and an airport. Well, as I stand here, there's fresh water running just over there. I'm here at this big rock. There's a man called Gordon Charlie who owned this island. And he got gypped out by the EPA and the Queensland government with the national parks, and he was told to keep shut. The guy that told him to shut up and keep quiet about the indigenous paintings here, which shows the evidence of Dingaal tribe, that same man was what I call the dark side of the EPA. He shut me down because of what I found to do with undermining the Constitution of Captain Cook. So anyway, Gordon Charlie is his name, the indigenous man, the TO of this island. He's also one of the 10 signatures at Cape Flattery Silica Mine. He got dipped out and it done him no good. And it wasn't too healthy for him, and he's still waiting for compensation, and they just don't care about him. So one day I hope to represent him. I don't know how, but it'd be good just to find the evidence of more paintings apart from that little one, but they're here somewhere. But as I'm just led by the Spirit of the Lord. I already found that one, which was pretty good, and that's where all these people once lived and hunted. Went over that way to Coconut Beach and got their food, came back here and ate, and went that way to get goanna and birds and things. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my journey and walk on out of here.